Dear friends, the topic I'm going to discuss with you is SQL injection vulnerability. And in this video, I'd like to use Docker to set up the environment for us to learn and practice MySQL basics. And also, I'd like to show you how to utilize the Metasploit tool to learn MySQL injection vulnerability, how to discover MySQL injection vulnerability, and then how to exploit such vulnerability. So there will be a lot to take. So let's now just get started. So the database, what's the database? This is some sort of organized data sets, and looks like, or it seems like it's very similar to the Excel. One sheet in Excel is corresponding with the one table in the database. Okay, and how we can interact with the database? We can use the language SQL or structured query language. We can create a database. We can create a table. We can drop a table. We can insert value to the table. Okay. Also, we can call it the statement. As you can see, when we run the database server, later I will show you in the Ubuntu virtual machine. And normally in this server, we have different or several database instances. For example, like a shop, like staff, like accounts. And each database instance has multiple tables. For example, in this case, users table, products, and orders. And each table has multiple lines, and each line has different columns. Okay. So who will use database? The application will be interacting with the database, and also the user will be connected to the database to do the monitoring or the administration. Okay. So, sorry. So what's SQL injection? I think the essential reason for the SQL injection is that server doesn't do proper validation with user inputted data. Okay. For example, here, this website is a blog website, and we can retrieve one specific block by passing this parameter ID is equal to 1. And at the background, this statement or query, this query statement select all from block where ID is equal 0 and private is equal to 0 and the limit 1. Of course, for user, for the client cannot see this part. Okay. So let's assume that another article, the ID, which ID is 2, is still locked as private. So the public user cannot access this block, cannot be viewed on the website. However, we can, by passing this one, this comment. Later I will cover this technique. Comments technique are so important for the SQL injection vulnerability. Comment means that everything after comment will be ignored by the database. So in this case, because we put the dash dash as a comment, and everything after it will be ignored. Okay, let's go on. And next, let's go to the practical demo part. I'd like to use Docker to run my MySQL service. Of course, we can install MySQL or MariaDB natively on our virtual machine. This always normally will involve a bit long time. So I think the better way for us is to use Docker. and we can use the commands, what you can see over here, to install and enable the Docker on the Ubuntu. And then, yeah, I will ignore this part. If you want me to also make the video about the Docker, please let me know in the comment below. Docker is so fantastic. Another important virtualization technology, and it's much more light compared to the VMware and the VirtualBox. Okay, let's go on. So now we go to the Ubuntu, and let's pull up the terminal. And I've already start the service Docker, status Docker service. Yeah, it's running and active. And I've already, you can use Docker and pull and followed by the image name to put down from the repository. Okay, the Docker repository. And of course, I've already done that earlier to save time. And then now we can use image and the list command to display all available images on my Ubuntu virtual machine. And this one, you can see we can use SQL Labs to Docker or image to practice our skills. Okay, so now we need to run this MySQL, and to get our first container of the MySQL. How to do? We can use sudo and Docker and run, and we can specify the name. For example, we can use MySQL to distinguish between different containers like JSON, and then we need to run it as a daemon service. And also we need to specify the port number. The first port number is listening on the virtual machine, on the host in other case, if I can say this. And for example, this one, and followed by the default port number on the container. And when the guy created this image, and then we need to specify the root password for the database, MySQL root password. Okay, I just use very simple password 1 2 3 4 5, and followed by the name. Of course, you also can put specific version of the image. I put out the latest one, and then we can press enter. As you can see, now it started no problem, without a problem. Then we need to interact with this machine to get the shell. And how to do? We can use sudo docker execution and the it command, and followed by the container ID and the bin bash. Okay, we are in the container, and we want to enter MySQL database. And MySQL u root p to specify the password 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, we are in database, and we can use show databases. By default, the 4 databases when we install the MySQL. And I think 2 of them need to get our attention. Information schema, because this one will store the information, schema information about other databases, like a table name, like a column name, privilege information. For example, we can use this database schema, and we can show tables. So of course, this is some sort of virtual database. As you can see, so many table. And if you want to retrieve the table, or if you want to retrieve the data for a specific table, you can use select and from, and the table, and would be tables. Okay, and press enter. A lot of entries there. So as you can see over here, yeah, of course we can run. Sorry, this is not correct. Should be select. This is my mistake. And for example, we can showcase or display the current database. We can select database. This is some sort of function. Yeah, the current database is information schema. Of course, we also can create a database, like a database. We can call it test1. Yeah, no problem. And now we use this database. And then we can display the current database with the same function. Yeah, the current database is test1. And also we can create the table, for example, like table 1, and we can specify some field or column like name, and its type is varchar, and the length is 100, and the age integer, and then for example, like address varchar, and we can put to include all things. Okay, so now also we can insert the data into this table 1, and the values, and the, for example, like a JSON, and my age, and address New York. Okay, no error. We can insert another one, table 1 values, Bob 20, Paris, and we can insert into another tables another value, sorry, like Mary 25, which one, Japan, anything. Okay, oh sorry, so what's wrong? Okay, no table 2, we just created so one table. And then if you want to retrieve all data from this table, from table 1, and if you want to add some conditional, table 1, you can where name is Bob. Okay, so that's basic of my circle, right, or statement. And also we can use a comment. Later I will show you. Yeah, we generally will have 2 ways to make a commenting. Okay, this technique is so important for the injection, because everything after the comment will be ignored, and then we can get what we are expecting, right? Information schema. Yeah, just now I show you. You know, schema has some different tables like a scheme metactor. Okay, let me show you. So we can select from information schema. Which one? Schema. Okay. So this table contains or store the database name. This one is new database, what we've just created. Okay. Similarly, the tables will install the tables information of a specific database, and also columns. Later I will show you how to utilize this information schema to retrieve databases information. Okay, so now go to, I'd like to launch our SQL injection demo, and I will use DVWA, which is running on the Metasploit 2. As you can see, this Metasploit2 is running, and then we can use the Kani to access the DVWA and the password. Yeah, we need to make the secret level to low, and go to SQL injection vulnerability, and let's go back to what. So we can follow the steps. Yeah, we can put the user ID to display the employee information. Okay, so sorry, what I'm doing, we can put ID, submit. If we put non-existent ID, no error, right? Or no result coming back from the server. So to test whether the target has SQL injection vulnerability, the easiest way is to put single quote into the field. Okay, we can put single quote and submit. We got the error. As you can see, the double quotes include this our inputted single quote, and so it means that the single quote has been passed into the statement. I mean the SQL statement. Yeah, on the server side, some code put our input single quote into the SQL query, and because this is not correct from the perspective of syntax, so we get the error. Okay, so now we can do more testing. For example, we can put this one. The one, we need to use single quote to enclose the first part of the query statement, SQL query statement. And at the end, it means the 1 is equals 1. This, of course, always will be true, right? So will not have a problem. Let me show you. Okay, so we go back. We can go to like a 1 and end and dash dash. It's important to remember we need to put space after the 2 dashes. Okay, submit. As you can see, no problem, we can get the result. However, if we put the 2, because this part will not be true, will be false, so no result will be coming back. Okay, let me show you. We can put and 1 and 2, and we can put the dash dash to comment. Okay, I need to put single quote, and now we submit. As you can see, no result is returned. Okay, so now nothing returned. Now we can continue. So far we have already know 2 points about this target. The target has SQL injection vulnerability, and also this vulnerability is string based, not integer based. Okay, maybe I can do this one, and 1 is equal to 2. Okay, submit. We got the error, so we need to put this one. Submit. Okay, we got error. Okay, we need to. Oh, sorry. I need to put the single quote. Yeah, no error, no result as well. So, however, now at this point, we can deduce or guess that SQL query command will be like this one. The table name, from table name, and select some columns. However, at this point, we don't know how many columns are involved in this statement. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So how to test to get this information? I mean, the quantity of columns are involved in this SQL query command. How to do? There will be two ways. The first way, we can use order. We can order, for example, order by 10 and dash dash. As you can see, no column 10. It means that the column 10 is not existent, and we can decrease to 5. We got this similar result or error, and until we reach 2, no error. It means that there are 2 columns are involved, not 3, 2 columns. So this would be the first method. And second way, we can utilize the ulim select, and we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and dash dash, and let's submit. As you can see, the ulim select statements have a different number of columns. It means that the file doesn't have 5, so we can delete and submit. We got a similar result, and then we can remove until 2 columns. Submit. We got the result, right? So we can use these 2 ways to know the quantity of columns which are involved in the statement. Because as I mentioned at the very beginning, we cannot see the source code of the file because they are running on the server. Okay, let me clear. So next we need to utilize this vulnerability to exploit, to retrieve information. For example, here we can, and similarly we can use the ulim select. We want to know current database, and not this one, dash dash, and submit. The database name is dvwa, okay? And if you want to know other databases names, and then we can use information schema, okay? So let me show you. So which one? This one. We can copy this statement and paste in my notebook. I need to make some modification. So we just do the ulim select and 1. And because there will be more than one database, so we can use group concat, and then use this one, and we can copy this statement, and we can put here. Yeah, remember, put dash dash and space to comment after everything after this. Submit. We got all databases information. Sorry, I have got a phone call. Sorry about the interruption. As you can see, we got the all databases names. As you can see, the information schema, DVWA, Metasploit. So we can continue our immersion. And then we can retrieve the table name for the database, specific database, for example, DVWA. We can copy this command, copy, and note it, or paste in the notebook. And we can use the ulim select 1, and also we can use group concat the table name, and the schema should be DVWA. Okay, so now we can copy and then put in here dash dash space, submit. We got error, so we need to check. We need to check the. So what's the error? At line 1. Tables. Unit select. Oh, sorry. This is my misspelling. What I'm doing. So we can. It should be no problem. And we can put in here dash dash space. Submit. We got 2 tables with this database, DVAA database. And if you want to get, sorry, not this one. We want to get the column information, and then we can use this statement. We can copy and note it down to my notebook. And similarly, we can copy, and then we can group concat function. And the database name is DVAA, and the table name is users, right? Users. It's correct. We can remove this. We can copy and dash space. Let's submit. We got all columns with this table, user table. And if we want to get the username and password, so how to do? We just make some small modification. User password. Okay. And from the DVAA, of course, just from user, because now we are dealing with the DVAA database. And we can remove all of them. Okay, let's copy and dash space submit. We got all entries, username and its corresponding encrypted password, and this is the second user. Also, you can put some separator. Okay, I will not going to do. Okay, so now we can continue. I've already demonstrated all of them. Yeah, we can use group concat function to combine all information. And the last part would be the SQL map. Of course, I think if you have already followed my channel, I use SQL map for many times. And if you want me to do again, please let me know in the comment below. Okay, so that's all I'd like to do in this video. See you.